to represent the LA Chargers. The kick is away, and here we go.
A little bit of a return here from Grimble, my favorite returner of all time.
Mine too. I mean, he's up there and one of the greats.
As it's going to be Problem Right starting off with the ball, looking at the club championships. Problem, of course, won this back in Madden 18, but one of the big stories going into the 19 clubs was young Allen knocking off Problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Similar to K. Dillon, last year was Allen's first year of competing, and he actually was able to take down Problem, my guy Golden Glover, in that tournament. He had a decent run in the club series last year, in his first year, in his first tournament ever.
And we saw Allen at the club championships. He actually lost first round to a man we saw just a couple minutes ago. Turbo Jeff was able to take out Allen. Now Problem, I mean, how much motivation do you think this is for Problem just to get back into the 32 and give himself a chance at a belt?
I mean, it's got to be so high up there because of how, like, his past couple years has kind of been slow. So you know he's got the passion. He wants to win. And now that Allen's left his club, moved over to the NFC, this is his time, and he's got to win.
And of course, MaddenElite, not to be overlooked. And as these guys set their lineups, Matt, give the people at home maybe who aren't familiar with the competitive game what this lineup setting looks like and why these guys do it before they even kick off.
This is so important in a lot of positions based off sub-packages or chemistries. A lot of times you have to start players in positions that you don't want them in game to activate their chemistry abilities. And in other cases, for certain sub-packages, you need players in their depth chart aligned in certain spots. You see it commonly with the LB rush package to get outside linebackers, a D-tackle, maybe to spy or get some extra pass rush. Things of that nature is really why you go through the depth chart like that, or you're just checking the opponent's lineup, and it's just that simple.
And you got to think that after seeing some action yesterday, MaddenElite's going to be aware that Lamar Jackson is at the helm for Problem. He's going to be looking to run with him. He may be calling a lot of pass plays, but Lamar's going to be looking to scramble.
Yeah, if you give people the option to run with an escape artist quarterback, they will take it, and they will have massive games. And as you see right now, they're setting their audibles. As we saw, Problem audibled around all day yesterday, and he's going to be looking to do that again today, as we can see.
Well, if you're not a fan of the current run meta, you're going to love this game because these guys run a little bit different. We're going to see that ball in the air. Problem Right and MaddenElite. Game 2 of our AFC West Club Championship show as we got the Oakland Raiders coming up next. But
are you ready or you need one more?
As these guys get their audibles set, the gentleman's agreement to decline that delay a game, make sure everybody's ready to go.
Yeah, and something I'm finding interesting is it wasn't actually Problem who's on offense who needed more time. It was MaddenElite on defense. You normally don't see as much time needed on defense because you don't go to so many formations, but he's going around. He's changing all of his personnel to get the exact people where he wants in every single formation he's going to use. He's going to set those audibles, and he's going to be ready for anything that Problem throws at him.
That's the fun part about the game of Madden is, you see those overall numbers. That's a nice, easy way to look at how good a player is, but these guys get so much into the nitty-gritty of the individual attributes that you may see a guy who's a lower rating getting a start at a certain position because maybe his speed or his block shit is much higher.
Absolutely, and year over year, speed is the thing that does more than anything else because once you get into open field, once you're in man coverage and you just gotta hit a crease and go, the thing you're looking for is speed.
Oh, here we go. We are ready to roll as it's going to be Problem Right. Coming on that far formation and hands it off to Torrey Holt. Picks up a couple right at the middle.
And as we see early, far tight slots, a very common formation for those in West Coast. Problem, he's in it as well. We saw it from Turbo Jeff last game. He preferred far close and near close. Problem going into the far tight twins.
I can already hear the chat at home. I thought you said this was going to be different, man, and I just saw the far formation and a handoff to a wide receiver at fullback. Here you go. How about a gun bunch? Throwback to Madden 19. Lamar outside of the pocket has him, man. That's Marvin Harrison. And a juke move kept him away from maybe housing that one, a 33-yard gain nonetheless.
And you could hear from Problem, he's not happy about that juke. He did not want that to happen because he felt he could have scored there, and I saw it too.
Now 1st and 10 for Problem. Splits Hill out wide to the left. Lamar Jackson at the helm. Dropping back, stepping up. Good collapse by the interior of that D-line, though. He's only going to pick up one.
And something you're going to see a lot this game, Problem really likes to use that check and release hook. So he's going to have a little delayed running back route out of the backfield to kind of force his user to hang back.
2nd and 9. Nice drive early Already at the 33-yard line for Problem right on offense. He's actually, we saw this a lot yesterday, flips out of the bunch to the spread formation. Lamar looking for Harrison. Nice little possession catch. Red zone time for Problem right.
And a nice little low ball right over the middle of the field. He likes that little running back square in route to pull his user down so he could throw that post over the top.
So far, the former Marvin Harrison, big part of the passing attack, is a handoff to Torrey Holt. Nowhere to go. MaddenElite's defense able to hold up that running game.
And as you see, Problem playing really smart. He wants to play conservative on first down, so second and third is a lot easier. Don't lose a ton of yards on first. Make the rest of the drive easy.
Already we're seeing maybe a little more flow from Problem's offense. Very staccato yesterday, but it's looking a lot better as Lamar tries to step up. Nowhere to go. Only picks up a yard, and now a big 3rd and 9. An opportunity for MaddenElite to maybe get a momentum-changing stop on the first drive.
Absolutely, and that looked like a strange play call for Problem. That really isn't a play that you want to throw in the red zone because everything is too compressed. Unless he knows something that I don't, it's a really strange call in my opinion.
Honestly, I would never count out that Problem knows something that we don't because he's one of the great Madden minds. And now on 3rd and 9, he's used a lot of this first quarter clock on his first drive out to the spread formation. Making sure he has his hot routes right, and he's going to take a timeout.
And that's smart. Those first half timeouts are really nowhere near as important as those second half timeouts. A lot of players waste those first half timeouts going to the half. They take a lot of negative plays that they really don't need to take. So again, that's just a veteran move by the greatest of all time.
Problem, of course, one of the few players here in the club championship to average more passing yards per game than rushing. We'll see what he decides to do here on 3rd and 9. Jackson rolls right, in trouble.
Come on, man.
And he's going to be hit out of bounds, nowhere to go, and MaddenElite able to force a 4th down.
And that's a huge job for MaddenElite. He's come in, he's lost this tournament for 3 years in a row in the same spot to the same guy. Getting a stop in that first drive is going to be so huge for him. Let's see if he can capitalize this on his first drive of offense.
The kick is up, and it is good. 3-0. Problem right, but Matt, you got to feel that's a real win for MaddenElite on that first drive, especially considering how it started with the big pass to Marvin Harrison.
Absolutely, and something actually interesting to notice here is that MaddenElite came in an onside type of look on the receiving end. So when he tried to pooch kick it to that fullback area of the field on the normal kickoff, it actually ends up going to the cornerback Patrick Peterson instead.
As now we get the same setting of the audibles and subs on the flip side of the ball. So we appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with us for a full day of Madden action. The Raiders Club Championship coming up next. The Chiefs later this afternoon. See Serious Mo in action, Young Tony in action. It's going to be a phenomenal day, and guess what? Then we lead right up to Thursday Night Football, go to bed, and we get to do it all again tomorrow with some NFC West action. We're so happy to have you along with us.
You good? Yeah, let's go.
Nick Mazesco, Matster Gamer, Evan Rayner, Scott Cole, TD, top-notch crew here at the EA Broadcast Center. As now we can see what MaddenElite has offensively, and listen, I'm not saying that, no disrespect to Justin, but Problem right is a different animal defensively, but we saw a dominant offensive performance from MaddenElite.
Yeah, and he played great. The thing that's worth pointing out is Justin was in a blitz-heavy defense for a blitz that wasn't coming in. So was it the defense playing bad, or is it the offense playing good? This is the game where we're going to find out.
Oh, MaddenElite's going to start out in a I formation action, motioning Moss from left to right, then back right to left. Captain Andrew Luck at the helm. As every Indianapolis Colts fan sheds a small tear. Handoff, Dante Hall, nowhere to go, loss of 4.
And this is a play call I really liked from both players. First down, run the ball, play conservative, play to the strengths of the game. Even though you want to be passing the ball, you're in a passing offense. Take the approach that fits the game on those first downs. See if you can break something. Really great play called by both players on first downs.
I know this isn't an instant replay. Both these guys start out with a run play and then go right into the gun bunch. Andrew Luck at the helm for MaddenElite. He's got himself some pretty good wide receivers out there.
Absolutely, but he doesn't have a route come, which I find really interesting. He's just using the escape artist ability on offense.
Split Moss out wide left, and why not hand it off? That's Grant with the carry. He's got some room left side. He'll pick up a first down. A little bit of surprise handing it off to Grant.
And that was actually a great cut. He got caught a little bit right up the middle in the beginning, but he had a great lane, able to get that early cut and get a first down.
Now on 1st and 10, why not? Lather, rinse, repeat. Grant picks up 7.
He's taking a page out of Henry's book. If you remember from the Madden Classic, Henry was using the Cowboys to run this sweep against 1-4-6 and get huge gains. That's what you're seeing from MaddenElite right now. When he's seeing that 1-4-6 defense, he just wants to run sweep on that.
As we've reached the end of one, 3-0. The GOAT on top, but MaddenElite putting together a nice drive, and starting to see why doing your homework, watching so many of these other great Madden competitors is important. Now a 2nd and 3 for MaddenElite. Flipping the bunch to the right side. Andrew Luck with that escape artist, that dashing deadeye. Dropping back on 2nd and 3. Looks over the middle. Dangerous low pass into double coverage. Lucky that's not going the other way.
Yeah, it's very hard to get away with low balls across your body against man coverage. He's kind of fortunate he didn't come away with the pick on that play.
Now how about an opportunity for Problem to get a defensive stop on 3rd and 3. In the shotgun. Flips the bunch to the right side. Grant on his left hip. Now Grant on his right hip. Do-si-do, left to right. Now 3rd down, runs it with Grant. Doesn't pick up the first down, and now we've got ourselves decision time, 4th and 1.
And we know the answer to that decision. He's going to get...
I didn't say it was a hard decision time.
Well, every play is a decision. You can punt on 1st down if you want.
I would love to see that meta.
That's
the first down
the
punt
mind
meta.
games. You believe in your defense so much, you're just giving them the ball.
Can't score offensively. Let's put the defense on the field. 4th and 1. What a momentum boost this would be for MaddenElite to pick up this 4th and short.
Be really curious to see if he's running sweep here again.
Flips the bunch to the right side. Seeing him use hot routes, ID in the mic. Looks like he's going to throw. It's Andrew Luck. Looking to the corner route. He's got Randy Moss. That's a big first down. MaddenElite stretches the field for the first time.
And that's got to be so frustrating if you're Problem. You feel like you're covering it, and then you run into somebody else, you lose your speed, and he throws it right at the route you wanted to cover. It's got to be frustrating, but got to move on to the next play.
All right, number 84, ain't too bad of a guy to find on the sidelines. Randy Moss, a little toe tap. Under 4 to go in the first half, and MaddenElite putting together a drive. Seen a lot of this gun bunch from both these players. He's on 1st and 10. Luck drops back out of the pocket. Looking to the end zone. That's Randy Moss, and it is a dandy into the end zone as it's MaddenElite. Puts the first touchdown on the board and puts the GOAT on the ropes.
And that was a laser beam, but that was really, really close. A lot closer than it looked. That's either a touchdown or a pick. There is not a lot of in-between on that play. Coming up with the touchdown is huge.
And again, we're still early in this game, only 7-3, but you do wonder how different this game will look if Problem doesn't accidentally juke when he catches that first deep pass to Marvin Harrison and gets 7 as we take a look at the touchdown.
Absolutely, man. I mean, this play right here, just a laser beam. But if he waits any longer, the chance of that being a pick goes up like exponentially. That's so huge to throw it when he did and score that touchdown to go up 4.
Back into the far twins formation, hands it to Torrey Holt and picks up 3. Of course, both these guys, Problem throughout the qualifiers, 52% run. MaddenElite only 33% run. He wants to air it out, and he was able to pick up a touchdown that way.
That's what I call being stubborn in Madden 20.
2nd out at 7 for Problem, down 7-3. Still plenty of time to go as we are nearing the 3-minute mark, and I think see a timeout taken by, looks like MaddenElite didn't like something he saw.
And again, like I mentioned, Problem's timeout earlier, that's a great timeout by MaddenElite. A lot of times when you get those audibles late in the play clock, you kind of panic on defense. Right there, takes that away, just says, you know what, let's back this up a little bit and go into the play again.
Lamar on 2nd and 7, pressure outside, down goes Lamar as Wilson on a little corner blitz. Well, actually, it wasn't that little as Lamar taken out right away, 3rd and 11.
And we saw Problem try to quick hike there. As we've seen, MaddenElite hasn't been sending pressure like that, so he wasn't expecting a full-out blitz, and he paid for it right there.
The chess match continues, 3rd and 11, finds Pollard. The Dallas Cowboys rookie picks up a chunk. It's still going to be 4th and 5.
And he really wants you to respect that running back route. That's why he keeps it on the field, because a nice spot it hits early in the play. He threw it right there, was able to get nice 60-yard completions. Now, as in defense, MaddenElite's going to have to focus on that.
Oh, how big is this? 4th and 5, nearing the 2-minute warning in the first half. Can MaddenElite get a stop that could propel him into the club championships? Jackson dropping back, looking up the seam. That's Pruitt. That's way too easy. You can't leave a man that open when you're playing the GOAT.
And as I mentioned earlier on MaddenElite's touchdown pass, the anticipation to throw that right then saved that from potentially being a hit stick drop on 4th down to your 14 cat tight end Pruitt. That's just a great play right in time from Problem, right?
And now with the 2-minute warning, Problem just shy of midfield. Kind of audible to that spread formation. Haven't seen him able to get loose with Lamar Jackson. When will that happen? As he calls a little halfback draw with Tony Pollard, and MaddenElite not fooled.
That's a strange play call. You use the spread to kind of attack this compression-based blitz. The draw is not going to do that because they're still moved in.
Yeah, well, you want to go over there and give Problem some notes, like tap him on the shoulder, be like, man, that is not how you run the draw play. Come on.
There's just too many people inside to block. There's nothing you can really do about that.
$1:38 to go in the first half. Don't forget, we'll have first half highlights with Scott Cole and TD coming up.
Now, this is interesting. He hasn't motioned him and then motioned him back at all throughout the entire tournament so far.
2nd and 13, Jackson in the pocket, pressure right up the middle. I don't even know if that was a shed. It looked like Mebane just sort of walked in there and greeted Lamar Jackson with a sack.
I mean, that's a Chargers veteran making a play in Chargers Club Series.
Got that Chargers juice. 3rd and long, deep pass, triple coverage, nowhere to go, and you can hear Problem. I don't want to say he's panicking because he's been in plenty of pressure situations, but he's got to be frustrated at how his offense is running.
Absolutely. That was a scary pass, but I think right there, Problem was looking for that diving catch animation right in front of the safety's face, but that's just not what he got, and ended up getting a turnover on downs.
Dante Hall with the punt return. Stop, go. Stop, go. 40, 45. Almost broke it free to the 46-yard line. And now, MaddenElite. He's up 7-3.
Can I turn on vibration?
An opportunity to score before the half, and he gets the ball to start the second half. He could be in firm control of this game.
Now, that's great and all, but I just want to talk about that stick right there. That was incredible. He made people miss that had no business missing.
I missed that tackle, and I wasn't even out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That was great, man. That was great. Separating yourself on punt returns with just incredible stick, and
I don't know.
Curious to see where this goes now in the second half.
It's a big shout out to our admin team here at the club championships. Is just changing some settings, making sure the players are comfortable. As we've got ourselves a ball game. Maybe a little upset alert. It's 7-3. MaddenElite on top. He's got one timeout remaining, 58 seconds, but that punt return put him in great position.
Yeah, and here's two things to mention, right? I feel like he could have actually scored and made that last guy miss in that punt return, but now that he went so far on that punt return, he's tired. Dante Hall is tired, and that's going to hurt him on this drive. Let's see if it comes back to bite him in these last few plays.
Fatigue, I think the factor in Madden Ultimate Team that I think it's casual players you don't think about, but it's a big deal. It can cause you to fumble. It can cause players to not be on the field as 1st and 10, Grant has nowhere to go.
Yeah, and you see right there, I think that's a call because of the fatigue. You don't really have great backups in the salary cap mode, so he's trying to get his fatigue back by running the ball, but I just don't know if you could afford to do that with only one timeout and the amount of distance you got to cover.
Now, under 36 seconds to go, and MaddenElite Got to look to get into field goal range as he'll get the second half kickoff. Luck in the shotgun, bunch to the left side. Moss split wide left. As Luck takes the snap, only a three-man rush from Problem right. As Luck nowhere to go. Great defense from Problem as he's able to bring down Luck for a loss in the play. 3rd and 15, and now no timeouts remaining for MaddenElite.
And that was a strange play call for me because even though it's a great design, try and get over the cloud, force him to use that post route, he really wasn't in a blitzing look, so there was no need to max protect right there. He really could have had one more route in the field to give you a nice little safety valve there instead of ending up taking a negative play.
It's got to be frustrating to max protect and then see a three-man rush come at you and go, well, it is well protected.
But he had the look. He didn't need to max protect. You could see he wasn't blitzing. And that's why that catches me so off guard.
Let's see what MaddenElite has up his sleeve. Does he have a 3rd and 15 play to pick this one up? Dropped all the way back to his own 42-yard line. Luck rolls out right. He's going to have to throw this one away. So even though MaddenElite able to get the stop on Problem right, Problem says, anything you can do, I can do exactly the same. Punt it back to me.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, I think that stamina on the punt return came down to bite him. That sweep call lost him yards in that first play of the drive because he felt like he needed the stamina back. It cost him a ton of time when you don't have a lot of time and timeouts to work with. And I mean, there he just couldn't capitalize on that great stop.
As now MaddenElite punting it away, and he doesn't want to give Problem an opportunity for a big play on special teams. Try to coffin corner this punt.
That's as far as you could kick it.
That's a good one. 12 to the 12-yard line, only 7 seconds left. Problem, of course, does have 2 timeouts, but this is going to be all about MaddenElite able to stop the big play.
Yeah, and I'm curious here. A lot of players like to run in this spot. I'm curious to see what Problem ends up doing.
Problem back in that gun bunch with Lamar. Blitz picked up nicely. Jackson out of the pocket. He's going to chuck it up.
And that's
1 second left.
Why you see the runs. Because the risk reward, like the chance you really convert on a long play and a pass at the end of the half when everybody just running backwards or just sending everybody is so low. You like to see a run here and just try and cripple him.
Here's the run to Torrey Holt, nowhere to go, and we will hit halftime here in the Chargers Club final. It is MaddenElite going into the half with a 7-3 lead. Plenty of time for Problem to get into this one, but this first drive coming out of half, Matt, is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, MaddenElite's already up 4. If he could score 7 here and get a 2-possession lead in the second half against the GOAT, you gotta feel good ending the game.
As what a first half of action we had here at the Chargers Club Championship. For more on those highlights, let's throw it over to Scott and TD.
Appreciate it, gentlemen. So you want to see a passing game. You want to see points. We have not seen that in the first half, TD. I mean, they got the guys out there, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah, Problem didn't look too great on offense in that first half. MaddenElite hit him with some corner routes. Problem's running a little cover 2 shell. And MaddenElite hit him with some corner routes over the top, and that's the difference so far.
And this is kind of what we saw in the semifinals. He just can't get Lamar Jackson going.
Yeah, he's trying to scramble every play. He got right here. He messed up. He had a touchdown. It looked like to me that juke might cost him the game, honestly.
Well, he had to end up settling for a field goal. That would give it back to MaddenElite, who honestly has been a lead in the passing game so far in this Chargers.
Yeah, he's looked great so far, honestly. This touchdown was huge right here. He rolls out to the left, hits that deep C route, corner route to Randy Moss. And, yeah, that was the biggest play of the game so far.
Well, 84's been huge for him along the sideline. That was a big play right here. And I thought this was going to end up being a big punt return. You know, here Problem talking about not having the vibration in his controller. Dante almost broke free right there.
That last move, yeah, he knew it too. He thought he had it, but yeah, a big stop also by Problem here at the end of the first half to hold him to no points here. That's huge. MaddenElite's going to get the ball to come out in the second half, and I'm interested to see if Problem makes any adjustments.
Well, he's going to have to. You're down 4 right now, so what adjustments are we making?
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to have to get it together on offense. I like that little spread look he's doing, but I think he needs to make a little quicker reads and just get the ball out in space more.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, we blew it up in the pregame. We were like, hey, it's going to be passing, it's going to be crazy, and that's what the chat wants. Everybody wants to see, but might need to see some running here in the second half.
Yeah, 2 elite guys, they're battling it out. It's interesting to see who's going to win.
Well, 7-3, that's what we are, and MaddenElite trying to avoid losing the Problem for the 3rd straight year. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Scott and TD. 1 half of action to go before we crown a Chargers Club champion. It is MaddenElite with the lead, and Matt, we're sitting here looking, MaddenElite's got this lead. At what point does it start creeping into your head yet that, man, I've got this lead over the greatest of all time. I've got this lead in a game that I haven't been able to win in the past. Like, when does that pressure start to mount on you?
Right now. He's running the ball.
Okay, right now. Got it.
And, I mean, this is smart. You want to minimize the possessions in the second half once you already got a lead. And it's not going to work if you keep doing that. You need to actually gain yards when he runs. 2 rushes for -8 yards is just not what you're looking for.
You heard it here first. For all you fans at home looking for a Madden tip, Master Gamer letting you know that you need to gain yards. It's top-notch Madden analysis from our top-notch Madden analyst.
Yeah, I mean, if you call the run, you really call it so you don't have huge negative plays. And so far, that's all he's had. You want to avoid those if you're going to be running the ball.
2nd and 14 for MaddenElite. Back out in the gun bunch. Using as much of this clock as he can.
What is going on, man?
Luck. Stepping right. Looking for that C route one more time. Why not? 84 is a good man to find. Randy Moss with the catch on the sideline.
Call chow again, please.
Yeah, so Problem's wondering what is happening on that motion. I'm wondering what's happening on that
He's
motion.
motion this dude on my corner goes from this side to this side. Just it messes up my whole defense. Like,
As you can hear Problem, he's talking about
call chow and replay it.
where this,
The second time
this
this
motion
happened,
is
by the way.
going. And
It's not the
I
first.
mean, we both saw it. We saw a little warp action.
As soon as possible, please.
That was a strange
Yeah,
one.
that happens with a bunch of defenses. I don't know what causes it, but
And they're trying to figure it out over there.
Both these guys. You heard MaddenElite. He says he's seen it with a couple of defenses, and that's got to be a frustrating part for a Problem when you have your defense set like you want to, and then something like that you don't expect happens. As
My guy is teleporting from this side to this side. My user is supposed to guard the right. When this happens, I have to go guard the left, and he just has a wide open pass.
Like your user's just literally moving around?
No. My cornerback, I have no corner on the left, so I have to go guard that, but I don't want to guard that. So right there, I'm guarding that, and I give him a wide open corner route. This is the second time it's happened.
So it's a game issue, right?
Yeah.
Clip we can watch it.
Yeah, it should be on replay. It happened in the first half, too. Same thing.
as you guys see, Steve Siskos, RG, trying to help Problem.
yeah, it happens. It's like when you don't baseline press, it'll happen at a bunch of defensive formations. When you motion someone across, they'll like randomly like teleport.
It literally teleports.
it's
My
like-
corner on the left is on the right now.
It's like if he's supposed to follow.
Yeah, he can hike
No.
it,
So
yeah.
he'll be on like one side of the field, and then if I motion him over, he'll teleport like if he was supposed to follow him.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. I don't know what causes it. It's just I just motion him over and.
All right.
And no better person to talk to about this than RG, a guy who not only knows this Madden game, he works on this Madden game. He's really what you would call the expert over there, and he's trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a strange one. You really don't see it this often. To see it twice in one game happen is actually really strange. You see it at times, but really nowhere near this often. It's happening when he's motioning that player over, and that's what's causing it to happen. But outside that, I don't know what they're going to do to solve it.
Well, that's why we have the top admin team here to help these guys out. 7-3 the score as we work on this issue. Let's throw it over to the guys at the board. Scott, TD, your thoughts on what's going on over here?
Well, unfortunately, we've been here many times. I mean, as a broadcaster, you as a player, and this is also a momentum killer, right?
Yeah.
You know, especially in the second half.
Yeah, but you don't think this kind of benefits Problem. I mean, a little break in the action, he gets to think about what's going on. I wonder if MaddenElite knows what he's doing, knows something going on where he can motion the guy over and it causes a thing in the
He
defense.
kind of said, like, hey, it does
he said he's seen it
happen,
before,
but he's
so
just
he
trying
might
to play the game.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on, but you got to think this benefits Problem to get back into the game.
You know, we see a lot of young players, first time on the stage, they won't hit that pause. They won't call the admin over. Next thing you know, you can't talk about it after the fact and probably even said, hey, I saw this in the first half and I didn't even say anything.
I mean, listen, we're playing for a lot of money. Problem does this full time. He's not gonna let it go by without saying something. He's gonna pause the game, make sure everything's going the way he wants it to.
So, I mean, at this point, you're thinking this kind of helps Problem out because he's got to figure some things out.
Yeah, he really got to get that offense going. So, I mean, this pause in the action gets him think a little bit. I played Problem a million times in my life, and he always finds a way, it seems, at the end of the game. So we'll see what happens.
All right, let's take a look at the first half highlights once again. And of course, Problem came in as the #1 quarterback scrambler in all the 128. Him and Beast Mode Mac, they run it with their quarterback 11% of the time. He gets it going with Lamar Jackson here early. And of course, the wide open pass, that might have been the difference in the game right now.
That was huge. And yeah, Problem likes to scramble with that Lamar. That's the reason he has him. He likes to roll out right, try and make a play on the run.
Of course, Andrew Luck looking for Randy Dandy Moss. This wouldn't be the first time they able to connect up. It's from a 24-yard pass, and it's Randy once again, and that's where he got the lead, 7-3.
Yeah, I love the way MaddenElite's utilizing a lot of motion. He's creating a lot of separation. He's using corner routes, scrambling out. It's really causing a problem on defense. So this Dante Hall was so big. Right there, I thought he had him, but yeah.
How hard is it to defend as when you almost have to user those corner routes? And we mentioned before with like escape artists with Andrew Luck or Lamar Jackson, if you don't sort of play in between, if you commit either way, either Luck or Lamar is going to end up running with it or they're going to dot you over the top.
Yeah, it's so hard to stop. That escape artist is just one of the best abilities this year, and Problem utilizes it to the best of his ability.
Do you expect a low-scoring game, 7-3? Problem did not look good in semifinal number 2, but MaddenElite looked tremendous.
Yeah, he did. MaddenElite still looks good. His offense has looked pretty good this game. Problem needs to make a lot of adjustments on defense as well. I'm expecting a 17-14 final.
You see Problem maybe going back to that Torrey Holt and that fullback dive. Got to get something going.
I like him to just go to that spread. He's hitting the seams over the middle with the spread. He has a post route and then that running back circle route. I think that's pretty effective for him. So
we're in a technical timeout right now. They're taking a look at what Problem's doing in a 7-3 ball game here in the Chargers Club final. And I mean, these, for MaddenElite, he's trying to get over the hump. I mean, Problem has been the guy that's been in between him and making it to the money.
2 or 3 years in a row, Problem's the guy that's knocked him out. So MaddenElite, this matters a lot to him, and he wants this victory bad.
Of course, we saw it too in the issue that Problem brought the admins in before really his left cornerback all of a sudden on the right side.
Saw it, and we saw it happen twice.
And let's take a moment to listen in here as our admins are back.
I have no corner on the left side. He's never supposed to go that way. He's never supposed to follow.
Can't you just face him?
Yeah, but then that messes up my whole defense.
Can you manually grab him and place him there?
Come on, RG. Come on, dude. My cornerback is literally leaving the left side of the field to go to the right.
He would have followed him anyway.
No, he doesn't follow. He doesn't follow. No, he doesn't.
So if he motions that guy.
He's not supposed to follow. No. I have no cloud over there. So with my user, I know he wants to throw the corner. I can't even go guard that because I have no cornerback on the left side of the field.
I feel like he will.
Come on, man. I can't believe you're backing that up, RG.
What do you want it to do?
To go back to where it just was. Like, why? He's obviously motioning. He knows what he's doing. Because it's going to happen again if he motions. The same thing's going to happen. My cornerback should never teleport from the left to the right. It just shouldn't happen.
It's been happening.
All right. So nothing's going to happen, right? You're telling me you're just going to tell me play on.
Obviously, Problem disappointed in the outcome, and what do you got to say, TD?
Yeah, so basically it seems like when MaddenElite has his bunch on the left side and he motions his outside receiver to the right, his corner on the left is just transporting to the right, so it's leaving the corner route by MaddenElite on that bunch side wide open with no one guarding it on that side.
Nick, Matt, we're going to have to keep an eye on it.
Thanks a lot, Scott and TD, as we are back to the action, and we'll see what MaddenElite continues to do offensively. Obviously, Problem not happy with the decision. That's got to be a frustrating part when, you think your defense is supposed to act a certain way, and it just doesn't, as on 1st and 10, rolling out left side. He's going to have to chuck this one out of bounds.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're a Problem, you got to be mad there. It's a really tough situation to be in because what can you do? Can you just fully stop him from motioning that way? We'll see what ends up happening in the second half of gameplay. But I think what's going to end up happening is MaddenElite is just going to naturally stop doing that motion, not wanting to create any issue. That's what happens for a lot of younger players. He hasn't really made it that high level, so he might end up just not doing that motion at all, and that's going to end up hurting him.
7-3 your score after that slight delay from the technical timeout, and we are back to the action here in the Chargers club championship. 2nd and 10 for MaddenElite. Oh, that's not how anybody's supposed to throw the ball ever. I think Andrew Luck's arm is gone.
Yeah, it's just not there anymore. And something I want to point out is that a lot of older players, a lot of more veteran players, they're going to keep using this motion knowing that they're going to be able to get away with it and just make your opponent more mad. You know your opponent's mad because you got to be mad. What can you do? But if that's me, I'm going to keep doing it so he can't even think about the game and he's just mad as can be.
Boy, the forward pass is tricky, ain't it, here in Madden NFL 20. 3rd down and 10 for MaddenElite.
Oh, and he still does the motion.
Luck rolls out left side. I didn't see it there. That's what Problem was talking about, was he didn't have a cornerback over there to guard that C route. It looked like on that play there was none of that warping action.
Right, and again, he's been wanting to cover that corner out every single time, and he hasn't been able to do it because of that. So this time he was able to cover that corner out, and you see what happens. So you know why he's so mad.
Now, Problem does get the stop, and we talked about how important that first drive was going to be for MaddenElite. Problem able to get the stop, and now if Problem can get down the field and score a touchdown, it's a whole different ball game here in the 3rd quarter.
Absolutely, and something important to mention is Problem's been able to tell you exactly what play he's in every single time he does that motion.
As he'll hand it to Torrey Holt, fullback dive, picks up 8.
And I mean, if he could tell you the exact play you're going to do every single time you do that motion, you need to have other options.
Now 2nd and 2 for Problem, back into that far formation, hands off to Holt, finds a hole left side, gets past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
I saw potential for a touchdown there. If he cut that out wide and trapped that safety in the gap, he might have had a much bigger game, but there is still a nice first down.
Now another 1st and 10, and MaddenElite looking for some stops. Let's see what Problem does. He's going to actually pass out of this formation. It's Lamar waiting, looking, nobody there, and he'll have to chuck this one away. Nice pass defense from MaddenElite.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like he could have thrown that crosser coming from left to right early before his user kind of got there. Opted not to do it, play a little safe, move on to the next play.
And now after 3 straight plays in the far formation, Problem back into the gun bunch. Audibles to that gun spread. Lamar pressure, able to get it off. Big hit on Marvin Harrison, but he holds on through the contact. 1st down for Problem right.
And that's a risky pass, but he gets away with it. You spend on your receivers. You want him to catch passes like that now and then, and he caught it right there.
This Problem uses this clock. Torrey Holt for 4.
I want to mention this run defense is scary. If he can get past that first line of defense, there is no one to tackle him. The chance that he breaks a run eventually, if he just sticks with this far formation, is very high if nothing changes.
There's a first level of that defense, and there's no second level. We got a 1-story defense right there. That's Problem facing a 2nd and 6, down by 4. Don't forget, we got the Raiders Club Championship coming up next. Bobbin. He's in action, your defending club champion, taking on Jay. And then a little later tonight, the Kansas City Chiefs see the semis and final full day of Madden action leading up to Thursday Night Football. So happy to have you along with us. Nick Mazesco, Matster Gamer with you. 3rd and 2 for Problem right. Jackson over the middle, has a man. Marvin Harrison, diving catch at the 34.
And this is just a great spacing concept in this spread formation by Problem. He uses that streak to pull the user vertically on the right side of the field. He uses the running back to pull the user down on that right side of the field. He has that quick throw to the drag and the low ball to the post. He really spreads the field well in this formation.
Handoff to Torrey Holt up the middle, and that, gotta think, is going to take us to the 4th quarter of play. It's been a nice mix of play calling here from Problem.
Yeah, but we'll see. Because Problem's down, he might want to actually use this time and get a play or two off before the end of the quarter.
Under 20 seconds in the 3rd. 2nd and 8 for Problem. Motions Marvin Harrison to the left side. But it's all for show. 4's up, Fourth quarter time. We're 5 minutes away from crowning a Chargers Club champion. It's MaddenElite with the lead, but Problem on the drive.
And you have to wonder if that's Problem trying to get the same thing that's been happening to him back on MaddenElite and just trying to catch him. If it happens, snap it. If not, just go for it.
He looks to Tony Pollard one more time. The rookie out of Memphis.
And I can't stress enough just how great this spacing is in this play. Everything is quick and everything is in a different part of the field. So when he's blitzing on defense, he's got to account for so much with his user that you just can't account for.
Well, how about this? A 3rd and 3 for Problem. Lamar stepping left, pressure, gets hit as he throws, but he has a man wide open. That is Pruitt into the end zone. His name is Problem, right? It's not Problem wrong. He's back on top.
That's, again, the same play on offense, but he's utilizing it in so many different ways. It attacks so many areas of the field. And if MaddenElite is going to blitz like he did there, he's going to give something up. He sent too many people. He tried to give him a different look, and for a second it looked like he might just get that stop, and it ended up being a touchdown.
And now we'll see what MaddenElite has after that long technical timeout. I think it's one more time. The pressure, just a hair too late. Pruitt wide open in the end zone.
And that's just a great throw, a great read, and a game-saving throw from Problem.
You got to wonder if, looking at, talking with the admins, talking about that technical Problem, if that may be a little fire under Problem, is now he's playing with a little chip on his shoulder.
Absolutely. He's locked in. You can tell with the Problem little head tilt. That's how you know he is locked in.
Let's see what MaddenElite has. 4:24 to go here in this Chargers final. High formation. This time he doesn't run into his own guy, and he finds Hall on the right side for 8.
And he likes this little play-action play out of the I-type formation. He knows the run defense is going to be man coverage, so he has a post over top and a man-beating out route with his receiver lined up at tight end and hopefully making a big play happen.
Now a 2nd and 2 for MaddenElite, who's had the lead the majority of this game, but finds himself down 3. Handoff, Grant up the middle, fights through a tackle, and he's going to get enough for a first down.
And something worth pointing out in the adjustments right there is that Problem actually ended up with a cross man look. Because he knows that MaddenElite is going to flip his bunch nearly every play, he's able to get a cross man in on defense to kind of counter some shallow crossers and things of that nature.
3:23 and counting. And a 1st and 10 for MaddenElite. Randy Moss is who has come up with a couple big catches for him. Does he look for him again? Luck outside the pocket, just tosses it underneath. It's not Moss, that's Ross, but he'll pick up a couple.
Yeah, and as we praised his stick earlier, he put himself in the situation of trying to do too much. He almost got himself hit sticked. We got a small receiver like John Ross. You really don't want to put yourself in a position to get hit sticked.
Now 2nd and 7. Picking up 3 on first down. Luck. Well, a hitch on the left side, and we're seeing MaddenElite. He's finding a couple different route combos that's working for him. It's not just looking just for that C route on the outside.
Absolutely. He's getting more comfortable on this drive. He's able to deal with this 4-man pressure very easily, and that's why he's able to move so effectively on this drive.
Now as we near the 2-minute warning, strategy starts to come into play. When does MaddenElite get aggressive? 3rd and 2, handoff, Grant right up the middle. Is that a little RPO action we saw on 3rd down to pick up the first?
That looks like an RPO wide receiver screen. Was that in the trips Y ISO formation? You haven't seen a lot of that ever, let alone in this tournament, in this game, but right there he's able to use it and get a first down.
We got the 1920s ground and pound, we got the 2010s RPOs. A full mix of all eras of football here at the club championship. Handoff to Grant, cuts it up the middle.
That's great patience. A lot of times players just want to get to the edge because it's an outside zone run, and that's just great patience to wait for that gap to open up right in between the center and the guard and get a nice 7-yard play.
Under the 2-minute warning, and pressure ramping up on both these players. 2nd and 3 for MaddenElite, down by 3. Flips the bunch over to the right side. Grant on his left hip. Captain Andrew Luck at the helm. He's going to drop back to pass. Nice block on the left side by Grant. He's got the drag open underneath, but a great click on to pry that ball free. Hall can't hold on to it, and we got a 3rd down upcoming.
And again, like we've mentioned before, we praised his timing on that touchdown pass earlier. Well, this time he did throw it too late, and a play that very easily could have been a 1st down now leaves him on a 3rd and 3.
Here we go, 3rd and 3. It's Grant. Nice cut up the middle. 1st down to the 36-yard line. And MaddenElite is thinking upset.
Well, he just got himself into field goal range. Now the pressure is back on Problem. Will he force him to hold him to 3? Or is he going to allow a touchdown and be in a spot where it's really hard to come back from with this little time in the game?
Still using all that clock. Under a minute to go. MaddenElite, 53-yard field goal from the 36-yard line. But you know he's thinking 6. Back in the gun bunch. Play clock down under 5. Moss in motion. Luck rolls right. That C route was covered. Nice little swerve. Picks up the 1st down. Andrew Luck showing off the wheels.
Absolutely, and I'm kind of surprised you didn't see Problem send the spy on that play, sending the guy who was manned up to the drag route to come attack the quarterback. That might have actually held him to a sack, and it ended up being a nice 10-15-yard gain right there, and you can't allow that right there. Now it's an easy field goal. Before, you actually had to make sure you hit it perfect. Now it's a much easier field goal, and nearly split the difference.
How aggressive do you get if you're MaddenElite here?
I mean, now that you can kind of allow yourself to get sacked, you can get pretty aggressive. Before you couldn't, you had to max check, and you made a great design on that play to do so. But now you can get a little more aggressive.
MaddenElite's got 2 timeouts remaining, under 30 seconds. Here in this Chargers Club final, Nick Mazesko, Master Gamer, Scott Cole and TD will have all the highlights after the game. Pressure left side, down goes Luck as Problem right dials up the blitz.
And there's that aggressiveness. Didn't pay off there. Maybe that wasn't the right play call. Maybe he wasn't ready for the 4-man blitz. Problem, knowing that he doesn't have to block 7 people in this spot because he could take a sack, only sends 4 and was able to attack that 5-out style of offense.
Loss of 5 on that play. MaddenElite back to the 31-yard line. Luck dropping back, stepping up, sitting down. The defense for Problem as Jadeveon Clowney makes a play, and now 15 seconds and counting.
And more than likely, that means we're going to overtime.
Don't miss.
Here Problem trying to get in the head of MaddenElite. Don't miss. Let's go over to our Madden expert, Master Gamer. Matt, should he miss?
Now, personally, I would try to not miss this kick.
All right.
Now, a lot of players, they do try and miss this kick, and I don't know why. Personally, I would try and not miss this kick and send it to overtime.
It's a bold strat as Problem right's gonna ice him. Does MaddenElite have ice in his veins?
Don't miss.
A 49-yard field goal to send this to overtime, to stay alive in the Chargers Club Championship. Ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good. 5's up in the chat. We got overtime action, 10-10. Problem, MaddenElite.
He kind of undercut the power there. That was a lot closer than it had to be in terms of distance. That got real scary by the end of that.
And it looks like MaddenElite is going to get the ball first to start overtime. A touchdown wins it.
But this has been a defensive game. This is a 10-10 game as of now. Sometimes in some of these games, you want to kick going into overtime because there's been so much defense being played, you just need a field goal to win if you kick after getting a stop.
How much pressure do you think MaddenElite is feeling right now?
All of the pressure. There is not much more pressure in the current situation that he could be feeling.
For our friends south of the border, that is Todos Los pressure. 10-10 in overtime. We saw Problem's defense dial up some pressure to keep MaddenElite out of the end zone late in the 4th quarter. What does he decide to do here? Gun punch one more time. Andrew Luck at the helm. Now he's got Dante Hall and Randy Moss. Luck rolls out, waiting. Look at all of the coverage, but nice find there on the rollout, able to dump it off and pick up 4.
Yeah, but again, he's throwing it late. He had it early in the play, able to get rack, avoid a hit, and he ends up only gaining 4, a potential stop. He was able to get away and throw it late, but he's just not throwing things early enough, and that's costing him huge yards.
What a final. We got more action upcoming. The Raiders club final. Pavin and Jay coming up next. The Chiefs later tonight. Don't miss any of the action here. Luck steps up. Luck sits down. It's Jadeveon Clowney with his second sack in 2 quarters.
And if you remember in the beginning of this game, I asked why did he only have 1 pass rusher? That's because he is at that nose spot in the 1-4-6 defense. The only spot where you really need to get a great pass rusher, there he is in 1-4-6, and he's the one getting the sacks.
And here we go, a 3rd and 10 in overtime. MaddenElite needing to pick up this first down to keep the drive alive, keep his hopes to be in that final 32 alive. Moss in motion from right to left. Luck takes the snap, pressure left side, picked up nicely. Luck rolling right, but he doesn't have anybody over there. He takes off, he takes a hit, holds onto the ball, picks up 4, and now a 4th and 6 for MaddenElite.
One time, man, come on.
Oh, and he's punting.
Wow.
This is definitely one of the hardest spots to be in the game of Madden because it's 4th and 6 on the first drive of overtime, but you're on your own 30.
What do you think of that punt? Like, I mean, that's a big call. That's a lot of trust in your defense to get a key stop.
And it is a defensive game. Maybe sometimes it's not just trust in defense, but you don't got faith in the offense. It could be either or, and we'll see in these next few plays which one of it really is.
And these are the decisions that you look back on, whether you win or lose. Was that the decision that led me to victory, or was it that decision that sealed my defeat? His defense steps up big on first down, forcing a loss on the play.
Oh my God. If he doesn't get that block shed, that's the game. He hit the edge perfectly, and that's just, wow. That could have ended the game right there. Everybody was blocked. Everybody was in the box. All he had to do was get past that one guy, and he wasn't able to do it.
Now 2nd and 10 for Problem on the 2nd drive of overtime. A field goal can win it. Pressure picked up nicely. He's got all the time in the world. He's looking for that corner out. Does he undercut it? Oh, Ward didn't get the feet in bounds. He had the pick, the turnover that could have won him the game, and instead he gives Problem new life.
And I keep going back to that touchdown and how he threw it at the perfect time. And I'm talking MaddenElite. That was a very similar route combo where it was not thrown at the perfect time, and that nearly got picked because of it.
Oh, a major turning point as Problem gets the defibrillator. He got new life. Lamar, can he make a play on 3rd and 10? Blitz picked up momentarily, throw over the middle. Hill makes the catch and fumbles the football. It's picked up, and MaddenElite is in field goal range. What a defensive play, and the upset feels like it is imminent.
One of the craziest drives of the tournament. You go from the first play and Problem nearly having a game-winning rushing touchdown to the second play where you think he actually got the stop, he got a pick, and then he's just out of bounds on the pick. And in this play, where it almost looks like Prob got baited, he ended up catching the ball and just gets annihilated and fumbles the ball into field goal range. MaddenElite's going to try and run the ball for a couple plays, see if he can break one so he doesn't have to kick. Then he's going to hopefully kick his field goal and finally win this Chargers Club Series.
Oh, do we have another upset in the final of the Chargers? One more time, MaddenElite with the handoff left side, and if your Problem, listen, you can be mad about the fumble. Fumbles happen, but you really got bailed out on the pick the play before, and that throw was dangerous close to a 2nd pick.
Exactly, so it's hard, but you also got to look back at that first play too, where that first play he very well could have had a touchdown. Obviously, you want to control what you can control. It's got to hurt after seeing so much green grass in that first play, but you got to finish strong at that point as well.
Are you able to avoid ice? Are you able to do that right there?
Able to avoid ice?
Yeah.
Can I get a rule set, Steve, on stage, please?
As Problem asking the admin team if you're allowed to attempt to avoid the ice kick. I'm not sure, Matt. I mean, I've played a bunch of this game.
Can you avoid?
Is there a
ice
way to
coming
avoid
up
ice
field
kick?
goal and
There's a few ways you could do it. Some natural, some not so natural. I think you actually can avoid ice this year. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it did change. Yeah, so you can avoid ice this year.
And a confirmation from the admins that you can avoid the ice kick. And a smart play there by MaddenElite. I mean, take as much pressure as you can off the kick, because the last thing you want is to miss a kick because of that ice feature.
Absolutely, and he's going to hopefully, in his mind, not even have to kick. He wants to curb one of these runs and just make it as simple as possible, but we'll see if that actually ends up happening.
Stretch run left side for Hall, gets around the edge, he's to the 20, 15, 10, 5. He's not Madden mediocre, he's MaddenElite, and he has upset the greatest of all time and is in to the final 32 as your Chargers club champion.
And, you know, after all these years of losing the problem, to finally win one, it's got to feel good.
MaddenElite with the turnover in overtime, and he cashes in from 30 yards out. 16-10. MaddenElite. What a finish. What a game to crown a Chargers club champion. For the full game highlights and maybe a deep breath, let's throw it over to Scott and TD.
Yes, sir, gentlemen. Pretty impressive from that man right there. MaddenElite, who